Hello and welcome to episode 260 of the Drive the Green podcast. I'm your host, Matty B, joined in studio by Bronell, Harv, and Knoop. On this episode, we're going to recap Kurt Kitayama's first career victory at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about it again at the end of the show when we get into our picks controversy, yet another one. We're going to recap all of the news that happened this year in the golf world, including
this week.
This year, yeah. Well,
not like a year.
Yeah. This week, with specifically in regards to the new PGA Tour changes, maybe some knee-jerk reactions, or I guess it's not knee-jerk because they've actually put some thought into this. In regards to the LIV, I think direct result of what the LIV is doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about that. It's the Players Championship week, so we got lots to talk about as far as picks. I'm sure will be interesting. Best bets should be fun. I hope you guys have a few. We're going to get into our weeks. We're going to do a bracket recap. So before we get into all that, though, we got lots to talk about. We want to thank our sponsors, Player Golf, PLYRGolf.com. Use the promo code DriveTheGreen for 20% off your order. We're also members of Team Callaway. We're getting fit next week. End of next week. So almost time to stop talking about it as a end of the road, light at the end of the tunnel type thing. It is now, we're almost there.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Harv won't be able to join us, but that's okay because you're just you know exactly what you want anyway.
Yeah, I don't need to roll a bunch into the screen indoors to figure out what I need. So
yes. We're also members of the Churchill family. We got a fresh order of Churchills. Knoop picked them up. Lost a little gas mileage, I would say, with all that in the back.
Yeah, definitely did.
So very happy to be part of the Churchill family. The mowers, the Pilsners. You're saying Pilsner's the best?
Yeah, it had been a while since we've got any pill, and they're fantastic. They might be number one.
I think Harv agrees.
So
yeah,
that's good that they have several that everybody likes, right?
Yeah. I'm just all I drink is mowers.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be kind of cool to find someone who likes the whites.
Yeah, it's true. There's
somebody.
If you're out there, let us know.
Yeah, they're just it's not for everyone.
Hey, 6 for 7 ain't bad though.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Right. That's right. We're also going to talk about the bracket. We have some tough news though. Tough news. We've been saying for a while that we're not sure about the Saskatchewan Podcast Network. We posted last week's show, and sure enough, like our first ever, we're now on YouTube. Finally posting these shows on YouTube, and the first ever comment that we get is, SAS Podcast Network isn't a thing anymore.
It's dead.
Yeah. It's dead. So we're still members of it, if that even counts. We were at the start, and we were at the finish. So this is probably the last ad read they'll get. And Direct West, sorry, you are death by association.
You're out.
You're out as well. But for the next month, we do have a new sponsor, and that's the sponsor of our bracket. The 2023 SAS bracket is sponsored by the Rusty Shovel. They've sponsored it for the last couple of years. Sean's been always good to us. One of the things we wanted to talk about a little bit, just as far as they go, I work in the landscaping industry too. And one of the things that I find that probably one of the best value adds that they can give you is landscape design.
Mm-hmm.
So like some of the shit that they can do with the 3D landscape stuff now is incredible. Like if you go on to Rusty Shovel's Instagram page or Facebook or whatever, and he's got these pictures of, I think Allie's the new gal working in there doing the design stuff, and just like some of the shit that they're able to create. Like if you have a brain for that stuff, it's just amazing that whether it's water features or just like stone walls, retaining walls, that type of stuff, it's just incredible. So if you are thinking about doing something with your backyard or your front yard, we would highly recommend going to Rusty's Shovel, go to their website, and sign up for the service. Like, get it done.
Yepper.
So with that being said, Bruno, have you prepared 2023 SAS bracket recap for us?
Well, I'm just going to go down the list here. I have the bracket in front of me.
Perfect. That's
we've had about
requirement 1.
six matchups so far. So
Yeah.
We're looking at trying to find the best golf hole in the province.
Yes.
There's hundreds of them that could have been selected for this list.
I actually
multiple
am amazed.
courses could have had multiple holes.
Yeah, I'm
We
amazed that
ended up going with one hole per course, but
that you haven't received more flack about picking the wrong holes. So that's a pat on your back.
yeah, Estevan, I got kind of scolded for picking 18 instead of 14,
But that's it.
yeah.
So
So
far
far.
so good.
Yeah.
We just had the Deer Valley.
Not one person said it should have been two. Not one
No.
person. So
Yeah, everyone knows that hole would be a cheat code. Knoop said it, but he don't count. Like that, it's just like if you're going for best, like that hole's been recognized so many times by so many different things. Like, move on.
well, and all the pictures
All right.
with the filters and the sunsets and stuff, right? I mean, the sunset doesn't have anything to do with the hole itself, does it?
No.
And especially
So-
if you use the picture of it in autumn, like that's a cheat code.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could have
so-
picked any other picture. I bet you there's thousands of other ones not in
There-
the fall.
It's surprising how few pictures there are on the internet of Saskatchewan golf
Yeah, because
holes.
no one takes a picture. Because like if we're gonna show this hole, we'll just copy and paste that picture from the internet
Exactly.
and use that picture. So
All right, so we're starting down the left side. First matchup was Riverside Hole 18 against the winner of the play in their Long Creek 12. Riverside handled that one pretty easily. There was a debate amongst us about what hole Riverside should have had. 10,
10, 18,
14.
14, yeah.
There's a bunch. I mean,
Yeah, I think
17's really nice.
we're talking about cheat codes, and I mean Riverside 18 is close to a cheat code, but I don't think it's going to win.
No.
So
I do like 17. 17 is a nice hole. You get to actually look over the river. So
Absolutely. And 10's my favorite hole there. But so, yeah, Riverside took that one easily. Next matchup was Green Hills 16 against Elmwood 11. Now, Elmwood 11 kind of we had a little bit of an argument in our chat
yeah,
about whether
weren't
it's actually a good hole or not.
yeah, and it's we'd kind of tossed back and forth between 1 and 11. We decided to go with 11, and met with a little bit of criticism there, but I don't necessarily agree with that criticism. I think
Knoop was the only guy, I think, on the side of...
there was a certain someone who reached out, but I
Yeah.
still think that there's some you got to remove personal biases. I'm sure that maybe there's a couple bogeys in there, or maybe a double or two that probably
influence
influence that decision, but we'll
Yeah.
never know. But I mean, as far as even just at the Hillcrest, we talk. Knoop loves 15. We hate 15, but that's probably some personal bias there.
It's a hard
That's fair.
par, yep.
Yeah. So next.
So, yeah, Green Hills actually took him to the cleaners in that matchup. So, but that hole at Green Hills is one of the nicest holes in the province.
That's got to be
very
the
fun.
favorite. That has to be the favorite after seeing all the pictures.
Yeah. And
the
the people
I
that
think-
are voting for it without even having played it, I'm sure, because not many people have played it. So,
So the picture that we have is from that tee, right? Looking
Yeah.
down. It's almost, I don't want to say nicer, but that view from the fairway looking to that kind of long, narrow green.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it just
Maybe-
looks fantastic even from the
we
the
have some
fairway.
footage from that course from the roadie. So maybe next round they're getting a picture from that
Yeah.
shot you had in the fairway
yeah.
facing
Yeah.
the green.
Well, yeah, it's they don't even get to see the coolest angle. You're right.
Yeah.
That's the elevated tee down to the fairway, and then from the fairway to the green. Like, yeah, just an overall cool hole.
They could go a ways, but they face Riverside 18 next round. So
There you go.
it'll be a tough go.
Ooh, who's the
Next
bracket
matchup
maker?
was Moon Lake Moors 9 against Willow Bunch 3. Willow Bunch 3, probably not the best hole there, but it's a really good par 5, but they just ran into a buzzsaw. Like,
Where was
It's-
the Willow Bunch faithful that have been coming out in swarms the past couple of years?
yeah.
Hear
I
me
don't
out.
know.
Maybe the social media manager was on holidays.
Yeah. Could have been as simple as
Just
that.
bad
They were in
timing.
Hawaii or something. Yeah.
Mexico trip timed poorly.
Yeah. But they were in tough because that Moors 9 picture is
It's the
one of the best ones we have.
Yeah.
So,
Again, you get some added benefit for putting in the work of showcasing your course with pictures.
Yep.
Like, that's just a thing.
Exactly. You're going to hire somebody to do drone for your course? Well, you're going to have better
Yeah,
imagery.
exactly.
Yeah. So Moors 9 is advancing, and they're going to be playing Cook 5 in the next round because they beat Humboldt 8. Humboldt 8 really nice par 3, just didn't stand a chance because Cook was going to win that matchup every day. But so that next round will be good. And then the Battle of the Valleys, Deer Valley 17 against Valley roster 9. Another nice par 3 that just didn't handle it. Like, they just can't compete with Deer Valley.
Well, and especially the title sponsor, Rusty Shovel. Soon as they post, you drum up that faithful, and
absolutely
they're in trouble.
Yeah, but next round is when stuff's really going to start happening because Deer Valley 17 is going to be playing Kenosee 6 next round. So
that's
today's
winner.
An interesting one. Yeah,
we can announce the winner.
It's over. Yeah,
we should get some votes there.
White Bear got absolutely dummied. So.
Yeah, that wasn't a surprise.
Yep.
I'm sure front of the pod, Benny had the text chain going to to all
We're
his
up.
boys, and let's blow
that's
these
a good
guys
one.
out of the water.
It's currently 86-14 on Instagram.
Percentages.
Yeah.
Yikes. So coming up, we got Meadows against Wascana tomorrow, Waskasiu against Holiday on whatever day is after tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Legends Hilly, Silverwood Loon Lake coming up, Nipawin against Willow Xena 9, and Dunes Saskatoon 18 coming up. So,
All right.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's get
second
into
round is going to be fun.
That's the fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Weed out some of the less active social fans. Not necessarily weed out the bad holes, but the most active always make it to the end. And as you get going through it, more and more votes start to come in and whatnot. So
I'll go first for weeks.
Oh,
or do you
okay.
want to go first?
No, you go ahead.
Okay.
I got a
I'm just
light
gonna
week,
keep
so-
it super short.
Sure.
Ended up playing 3 games of hockey this week, so my body's like, what the fuck's going on here? Like,
You're too healthy.
no. Well, you'd
That's-
think,
you're
but I'm
injured.
not.
Yeah, you're
So-
injured.
Got banged up, too.
The band came
Yeah.
back one night only.
One
Played
night
the
only,
hits.
the 3 of us. We played the hits. All of us had a chance to lead sing.
Yep.
It was something, Canoop. It really was.
Happened to lose the game 7-6, but that's has nothing to do with.
We were the 3 of us were the
Anything.
real winners.
That's right. It was
You
fun.
guys playing the
It-
same line?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
used to for years, and then
Some saves the memories made along the way.
that's why we're here today.
It was a top 10 line in the Musha no hit rec
Top
league. I would
10.
say
All time, maybe.
all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. All time.
And then we just went our separate ways, and for one night only, we came back on last. What was it? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's-
Yeah,
other than
took
me
us a little
smashing
while
my
to
neck
get
into
ready.
the post, it was a pretty
that guy
good
just
night.
running me over. Yeah, that was real fun.
Yeah, Harv got run over. Bronell got run into the post.
Yeah.
And I usually don't get close enough to the puck to worry about it.
I was concussed for sure.
But we all scored. So, that's all that matters.
So I said that my booze count was on the rise. It's not that crazy, my Churchill booze count. 11 this week, so I'm up to 88 in 64.
Okay. That's it.
That's it.
That's the week, eh? Well, I too only just had a couple hockey games. Couple hockey games, and then a couple beers at the pod last week, couple beers after each hockey game. Pretty light week for me. But then a friend of my wife and I, he has a band, and they play at Bobby's Place, the local Irish pub here in town. Every so
Great
often.
place.
One of the best places in the city. And so they had a performance, so we said, well, we unfortunately don't make too many of the shows, so we decided to go. And then we walk in, and as soon as we walk in, he was in the middle of first set, and he's playing Brothers Osborne as soon as we walk in. Because I couldn't remember what type of covers they do, but as soon as we walked into Brothers Osborne, I'm like, yep, 2 pints of Guinness, please. As soon as I was just ready to go.
In it.
Yeah, in it. Ended up having
What song was it?
fuck, why can't I think of the name of it?
All Night?
No,
Summers one?
no, I'll think of it. As
We'll play it at the end of the show.
We'll play it at the end of the
So,
show once I think
That's
of it.
what I was going for
Oh,
here.
okay,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
Solved. I'm going to find it here in a second. But anyway, so yeah, that night kind of got away from me. I think I'm a big Krown float guy at that place. So cider with Guinness on top. They were out of cider.
Really? They
Seems
probably
like
could have
the
gotten in
last
a bottle.
I think the last 2 times I've went there, they've been out of cider.
They could have
But
dumped the bottle in.
No, they don't like it because so many people drink cider there. They don't want to waste it on a Krown float. And I was like, I told the lady, I'm like, that
What?
doesn't make any sense. Someone's still buying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said, I'm like, can I buy a can of Strongbow and I'll just pour it in myself?
That's like saying you can't have mashed potatoes because we got to save the potatoes for the fries.
Yeah, no, I was so mad. I was so mad. So then, I saw this other guy drinking what looked like a Krown float. So I asked what he had, and it's not a Krown float. It was a Krown something. It had a different name, but it's Kronenberg 1664 underneath and Guinness on top.
Oh, it's a black and tan, basically.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they were calling it something else.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it was, but anyway, I'm not for everyone was the Brothers Auber song.
Okay.
So anyway, so I had a few of those. I think it ended up with 7 pints. All of them had either full Guinness or some Guinness. So I don't know if anyone else out there is like me, but wouldn't want to be my wife in that bed while I'm sleeping. She's told me many times that it's not the greatest. And then other than that, watched a lot of the Arnold Palmer. The Briar started this weekend, so I'm watching some curling. I don't have any rants. The only other thing I guess I could talk about briefly is that we used to get HelloFresh boxes, and then we kind of stopped doing it. But then every now and then they'll send you like these absurd deals to get you back. So the latest one was like 60% off. So we're like, okay, well, we'll come back for three meals or whatever. And I'm pretty sure they set it up such that you're only going to get like 2 of the 3 meals are good. Because It seems like every time you go on there, there's like 2 automatics. It's like, yep, I want those 2. And then you're like, do I double up? Because in the same week to double up doesn't make sense. So I'll get a third one. And that third one's always a waste.
Those
like
ones are 3, hey?
Yeah, 3. But it was like 3 boxes for 4 people. And it came to like $45 with this 60% off. Like it was cheap. And so
Cheaper than McDonald's.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Definitely.
McDonald's got rid of those $5 McChicken meals in Moose Jaw.
They got something else now. $5.50 for double cheeseburger meal or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you know tomorrow.
No.
Now that I know that, I'll let you know tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Chicken Big Mac Day.
Is that when it comes out?
Yeah.
Tomorrow? Okay.
Gross.
Harv knows. The guy on the road all the time.
Yeah. Booze count 17 this week.
Ooh, my.
4?
119 on the year.
Wow.
Second place.
That's it.
I'll go next because I'm going to be fairly short. I know Harv's got a few things to chat about. So, fairly standard week this week. Nothing crazy went on at all.
No trips.
No trips. Nothing.
Rare.
Kid was sick over the weekend, shitting and puking everywhere.
Oh,
which
lovely.
was fantastic. Which means I got to watch a lot of golf. Hung out at home, didn't get to do much, which was fantastic.
Bad luck. No live event this week.
Sure. Well, if you say so. Weather's starting to turn, so vehicles are permanently parked outside. No more garage, which means lots of golf.
Turn which direction? Because it's freezing cold outside again.
Well, it's not that cold.
Today not that cold.
Today was the coldest day it's going to be for the next couple weeks.
Well, yesterday was cold. Saturday was cold.
It's turned. It's not minus 40. That's all that matters. So lots of golf. Kids want to play. I'm more than happy to play with them. So it's been a good couple week
what a break.
or so. Yeah. And then obviously the fitting coming up, so got to get ready for that. And can't be the first swings of the year and you're getting fit.
You already have your clubs. Like,
yeah, I'm like 90% sure that those are my first swings.
I've got one.
My first swings of the year will be right before the fitting to warm up.
I know.
My first swing, my first swing, I think
was
my first swing. I think was like Saturday night. Just grabbed the wedge, just dinking around. Took the club back, just slammed it into my computer chair in my office. I'm like, oh, well, put it back.
stick to putting, me.
Yeah, stick to putting.
So 7 drinks this week. 3 were beer. Obviously, we got a few this week, so I might be back on the beer. We'll see.
Those Pilsners.
Those 2 say hi.
Yeah.
That gets me at, what did I say, 3 beers? So 7 drinks on the week gets me to 80 for the year.
Ooh. 8 back.
So 18 beer on the year so far. So
You guys are going to blow by me.
We'll see.
It's insane.
You didn't even have a beer after hockey. Ban was back for one night.
I never do.
Yeah, that's
That's
that was
One
That was a
beer-
slap in the face.
One beer is the most useless thing in the entire world.
The post-workout, post-hockey
No, it's
beer is the best
useless.
beer there is.
All it does is make you burp the whole way home, and you're just like, why?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
two
then
or
you get
three,
home and you're
though.
done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have
That's
6
Well,
or
yeah,
7,
you wash
and you're worth it.
you wash the one beer burps down with the second beer.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
You have that third one, though, and then it's piss time all night long.
Oh yeah, you have one that gives you the burps. You have 2, then you're like, well, I might as well drink 8 more. Like
That's
it's
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
I think I said on the pod one time that the key to not pissing is to piss before you leave the dressing room, and
You
then
said this,
again,
yeah.
and then I always forget to do the dressing room one, so I piss all night. I think I'm past that now. It doesn't even work anymore because I pissed in the dressing room when I got home and still had to wake up in the night.
That third one just
It's that
fucks
third
you.
beer. Yeah, it's that third beer.
Well, when you have 7 or 8 pints, there's
Oh,
a lot of
that
liquid
too.
in you.
No, so that's the thing is on Saturday when I had those 7, I didn't wake up once to piss.
Yeah.
Well, you were too pissed.
It was all Guinness.
Yeah.
It was so
Piss.
that
body
thick
was
stuff.
just keeping you alive.
Yeah.
Couldn't worry about pissing.
Yeah.
Before I go, Canoop, you want to swear a couple times before I go because your quota's a little low.
No, I think I'm at 0. It might stay that. Actually, no. I know that it's not once we get.
Yeah, once we get
going,
fired up,
yeah.
we know that this is going to be somewhat of a contentious episode.
I've been looking forward to this all day tonight.
I can tell you're into the beers. Okay,
Yeah, eh?
my week I was gonna bring up the band getting back together, but you guys touched on that, so I just had a couple stories to tell that happened to me this week. First one, I got a Canoop level break this week. you
Again?
guys.
You just had one with that garage door thing.
Well, yeah, that's a bit of a break. This is an even bigger break. So it starts off, I don't have cable, so I just have Chromecast plugged into all my TVs, and I just stream from my phone
Yep.
or whatever. So the one that we've had the longest just like crapped out. Like it wouldn't stay connected to the internet. It was had to get reset basically every time you had to
Yeah.
do it. So I was like, whatever. They're
Our Apple TV's doing that lately.
Yeah, and I'm like, whatever. They're $45. I'll just go buy a new one. So I go to Staples. I'm going to buy one. They don't have any on the shelf. They have the tag up. I'm like, can I just get one of these? And they're like, yeah, sure. I'll just go to the back and grab you one. Well, they come back with the like full-on Google TV adapter thing, not the Chromecast, the TV. I'm like,
And they just, no, this can't be.
and I'm like, I don't. They're like, yeah, this is the one. This is the $45 one. I'm like, I don't think so. I think it's that one. And they're like, no, this is the $45 one. They ring it in, $45. So I'm just like, okay, here's my money. I take it. I pay. They didn't say one word, but that's 100% the $85 one that I got for $45.
So what
Wow.
does that get you?
It's basically it's just like a Roku or smart TV. It's like plugged in. Everything's on there. You don't even need your phone. You just have all your apps right on the TV with the remote. And it's just like, so like Crave, Netflix, everything's just all on the TV right now. You just,
I'll give you
But you
half a Canoop level break because I
Yeah.
think Canoops are like $100 breaks.
You still need the subscription. Like you have to still pay for that.
well, yeah, I still
okay.
pay for
It's
all
not
my
like
apps,
okay.
but I no longer need my phone. Like it's just
Yeah.
through the remote and I just
Gotcha.
go on. They're already preloaded.
That was like a Canoop when we first met him break. They've
And-
progressively gotten more breaky.
It's
Yeah.
still a big break for someone like us.
Yeah,
though.
for us, yes. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Like I was
That's
pretty
I would
happy
just
about it.
consider that a big break. A Canoop
Yeah.
level break
Okay,
is
okay,
at
that's
least
fair.
$100.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. At least.
And then
they
this
pay you to take it.
this next one,
The Canoop level break would have been them saying, "No, this is fully guaranteed by warranty," and then giving you an $85 one.
yeah, fair enough. And then the next thing that kind of happened, as I'm sure most people listening to the pod know, and you guys definitely know, like I'm not a big weed guy. Like
Nope, I'd say no.
everyone knows that, but
Not a big. You're not at all.
yes, exactly. Well, I was just trying to. I don't want to sound like a complete nerd, but my wife does some of that to like go to sleep at night and
Yeah.
THC
Yep,
stuff and
perfectly
whatever.
legal.
But
Yep.
oh, absolutely. But I had to take my daughter to an activity one night, and she's like, "Well, I don't have anything. Can you go to the store and buy me some?" And normally she just like puts in the order online, and I just go pick it up when
Yeah,
this happens.
yeah.
But for whatever reason, that wasn't happening, or the place she normally goes didn't have what she wants. So I went to another place, and I walk in, and these people walk in right behind me, and I can tell they're like weed connoisseurs. Like they had that look to them that this isn't their first time in the store, whereas I'm maybe a little out of my element here.
They didn't need the catalog, eh? They just went right up to the front.
No, and like my wife had texted me a picture of what she wanted, so I'm like looking at my phone, and it's just like one of those drinks or whatever. So I'm asking the guy, the guy working there, I'll just get 2 of those, and then the guy goes to me, he's like, "Oh, what are those like?" And now me not wanting to be a nerd, I'm like, they're not bad. They're pretty good. And he's like,
Then he got into the weeds with you.
oh,
Didn't he?
yeah, he did. He's like, oh yeah, I've never tried one of those. He's like, is there like a bad aftertaste? And I know from my wife saying that there isn't. I'm like, no, they're pretty mild. Like there's no aftertaste with them. I'm trying to play the role here. Then he asked me, he's like, well, how long does it last? And I'm like, I don't know, like a couple weeks they usually last. I've never seen one get to its expiry date. And he's like, no, how long does the high last?
The high,
and I'm like, oh.
You sold it on him. You sounded high at the time.
I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know.
Can you imagine that guy thinking that, oh, you drink one of these, I'm high for a couple weeks?
Yeah, so
$5.
I took it as like, how long does it last in your fridge? And I was like, yeah, I don't know, a couple weeks it usually lasts. And he just like straight up just like dead ass stares at me. He's like, no, how long does the high last? And I'm like, a little bit, like enough to get you to sleep at night. So anyways,
That's awesome.
I kind of blew my cover there.
Yeah.
Not the
No,
big
I don't
deal.
think
Just
he did.
walk away.
He just kind of was like, oh yeah, I'll give one a try, and then he just turned around and went and looked at something else. So I went and paid for my drinks and was kind of feeling a little embarrassed of my weeds knowledge getting exposed. But yeah, so that happened, and then I didn't have any drinks this week, so 0 for the week and 111 on the year, so firmly in second place.
Wow, 8 behind me, hey? I got to have a dry week. Already 2 on the board this week.
Yep.
Is that it for weeks?
Yeah, nice and quick today.
What was it?
You kept it under 30 minutes, and that
Lots to
included the
talk about.
bracket.
Yeah, that's true.
So we can get directly into Kurt Kitayama's victory at Arnold Palmer.
Now, did he win it, or did
Oh my
everybody
God.
else lose it?
That's not a serious question, is it?
I would say
Everybody
it
else
is.
lost because everybody else lost it.
No.
There's,
Oh.
I
He
wouldn't
played
say.
the best. He played the best all week. He made he hit 2 balls out of bounds, made a double and a triple.
So that's playing the best.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Well,
figure out where
obviously he did. Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had 1
And
birdie
still
on the
won.
back 9.
How many did the other guys have?
Everyone was
A pile
tied.
of bogeys.
Everybody was tied at
Exactly.
7 or 8 under there, and then all of a sudden everybody's gone. They couldn't
Yeah,
make
but
any.
didn't you
Nobody
say
could
it
make
was-
a birdie down
At
the
one
stretch.
point,
He
didn't
was
you say
up by
11-man
3.
playoff coming up?
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
But then all Kitayama had to do to get out of that 11-man playoff was birdie 1 hole. But yeah, he
and
won it by
did.
that 1 birdie.
And
Yeah.
I
one of
guess
the
I'll give
harder
that to
holes
you.
to do it.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. I will say that he won it over the course of the week, but when we talk about did he win it or someone else lose it, we're specifically
Sunday.
talking about on Sunday. He did not win that tournament on Sunday in my mind. He won it throughout the week.
it wasn't a
tripled
tie.
nine.
He was 3 clear. Start or just going or whatever it was on hole 8.
I'm
Before
just
he made his triple, he was 3 clear
Right.
of anyone.
right.
So at that point,
2, I think.
At
Yeah.
that
three.
point, he
was
lost
at
it.
11, and the other guys were at
So
8.
that
Oh, yeah.
triple is the point in which
No,
I
sorry,
believe
you're right. It was 9 because he fell to 8 and he was 1 back. You're right.
Yeah, but when he made that triple is where I believe everyone else lost it. Because that triple moved him to 1 shot off the lead. He was 2 shots off the lead and only made 1 birdie.
Yeah.
So if you're 2 shots off the lead, make 1 birdie, how did you regain the lead?
Spieth
Everyone
lost
else
it.
So he
Has
won it.
lost it.
So he
Rory
won it.
lost it. A bunch of guys lost it.
He won it.
Did he win it by not making bogeys, I guess?
Correct.
I
When
don't
every-
get it.
Horse
You
was
there.
hard.
When everybody
hard
was
this
not making a putt, 100%, he was able to get it done.
It was, I mean, yeah.
He doesn't give a shit.
It's
now.
unfortunate that he
He
didn't
doesn't
make
give a
birdie
shit.
on 16. His
Yeah.
speed was a little bit suspect on the back
Yes.
9 a little bit
Yes.
as well, putting. And
And
so
when it's
3
your-
putt in there, and then
And when it is your first win, I mean, it counts. They all
Well, and-
count.
and,
but
I mean,
that
there
one
are some
counts even
nerves
more
there.
because exactly, like he
Yeah.
was
It
clearly
was.
nervous.
I thought it was nice that like he is kind of finally broken through because he's kind of been underwhelming since he's made the jump from the Euro Tour to
Yeah.
the PGA Tour full
Yeah.
time. But I don't know. He's kind of been in it a bunch and then just
Yeah.
fizzle.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
guess it was
similar to this week. And
Yeah.
so to your point, yes, a little bit of a break-even question because
Yeah.
I believe he won by staying in it to the point that he could have won. But I do think that when the top players in the world are all in chase mode and all ahead of you, like at one point he was like T5,
Yes.
and then they all fall apart somewhat. I think there is a little component of them losing it.
No, well, but I think the opposite though, right? So those are all the best players in the world. He's ranked 44 coming into the week, right? Those guys should beat him, right? Where he actually comes back and wins it once he's down. That's him going out and winning it.
So they should have beat him, but they didn't. So
Correct.
then they lost it.
No, he went out and won it.
So does this
In
go
my
back
mind.
to that tweet a few weeks ago with Nick Taylor about how those guys will never beat the superstars?
Yeah.
And then this guy went out and did it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to definitely get into that later.
And I mean, I really, really wanted to cheer for this guy this week. I love first-time winners. It's like my favorite thing on tour, but Matty B just fucking wrecked everything this week. He wrecked my whole week with those picks last week.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I mean, I did write down Spieth was fourth, and I'm fourth, and he puked it all over himself. So,
Well, he couldn't hit a green or a fairway.
it's amazing with that guy how much his game fluctuates, not round to round, like hole to hole.
Yes.
He had 4 gers through 11 holes, and he was 3 under.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
insane. He still scrambles with the best of them. He's the best at that.
It was, 10 putts or something through 11 holes?
Yeah, then you jinxed him.
Yeah,
I
then you
mean,
jinxed him, yeah.
I get it. I get that
Thank
way
God.
of playing golf, like way too much. But yeah, it's weird how much he fluctuates.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of my favorite things about our group chat is just to see all of the jinxes, and whether they're actually jinxes or not, who cares?
Reverse
But
jinxes too.
But
yeah.
like if you just scrolled through Saturday or Sunday through our and just to see all the comments that are made, and then the exact opposite, we would be the worst bettors, live bettors on the planet, I think.
Yeah.
Because Knoop's like, oh yeah, Spieth has 11 putts through, or 10 one putts or something like that. And
Spieth
then, like,
has this, he kept saying.
Yeah.
Spieth
And then,
has
like,
this.
it's
Those
been-
were all reverse jinxes.
Oh, I know.
Those were on
Yeah.
purpose.
What about the Connors Homa
Okay, we'll
best
get to
bet
that
jinx?
later. I want to go back to one thing that Harv had said about Spieth. I think that's what the most captivating part for me is watching him is how fucking all over the how freaking
One.
how freaking much he is all over the place and just somehow grinds out a good score for the most part.
Yeah.
All the time. It just fascinates me, his game.
Don't you watch me and Harv at the Hillcrest? Same thing.
Yeah,
fascinating
fair enough.
individuals.
Hey, 3 bad shots and 1 good shot, still a par, guys.
That's right.
Exactly. Yours is a putt, mine's a chip usually.
What else? I had? Decent little trophy, obviously, with the little golf guy on top. That was a cool stat you posted though today. The speed
Per inch.
ball speed per inch
Per capita.
per
Yeah.
inch of height.
per inch of height, which I've never seen that before. Like the fact that he had the most
Bang for buck guy.
bang
Well,
for
and
buck
he,
guy or
uh,
distance per height. I
he
guess.
hits
Ball
the
speed was like
ball-
180, I think is what it had on there. 180 miles an hour. Ball speed.
When you first posted that, I thought it was per height, like ball speed per height, as in how high he hits, because he hits the ball very high as well. Because I saw Rory on that list too. I thought it was like how they can hit it to apex so high and far, not
Okay.
how tall they actually were per inch. Like I thought height meant apex,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
their actual physical height.
So you guys got to watch a lot of golf this weekend. You ducked out early because you were pissed off, but
Went to play hockey. Worth it.
Kitayama's swing was giving me some sort of fits. Just watching him finish, it's like Scotty Scheffler and even like Mito, right? Last year when he was in the PGA,
yeah.
just like weird finishes,
I'll
and you
give you
think he
that.
blocks it way right, and then he's like 10 feet. We're just like, what the hell's going on
The
here?
Webb Simpson
Yes,
flip.
that's
thing,
exactly
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to save it last minute,
Yeah.
and
It
somehow
does weird a
it
guy
all
out.
the time. I don't
Reed
know.
when he won the Masters when he was doing the helicopter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to hit big cuts. It's I don't know. It was giving me something.
Yep. No, I agree.
Nightmares almost.
I think I will say I'll agree with you, Bronell, too, that the whole picks thing really clouded this week because it was like the whole time just like this cloud of I can't believe
Some would
Matty
say
B
rage.
gave him a choice. Now I almost want to
Are
get
we
into
talking
it
to
now.
it now, or like what? I got all kinds of audio clips ready to go here. So.
No, we got to talk about the tournament. When we talk about picks, we'll get into it.
Okay, well, I got one here though.
Sure.
Okay, let's hear this audio clip.
Just a sec here.
I know who it ain't gonna be.
Paradigm. I'm saying Roars.
It ain't gonna be Rory. Rory miscut.
You're
He was close after the first.
Change it. We can
There's
change that.
no
back.
way Rory misses the cut at Bay Hill. You're higher than you were that night. You couldn't figure out who Hasbulla was.
Yeah, that one came back to bite you.
Yeah.
T2, but I mean, you didn't win it, so
Wasn't
Better
miscut.
first day. Better first day, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like the leaderboard in this tournament was pretty outstanding.
That's a perfect segue for my next point. Like, PGA Tour is getting insanely lucky in these elevated events with these leaderboards.
Are they though?
Or
is
I
it the
think
best
so.
players are in the best
Or,
players?
hear me out, scripted.
Oh, well, that yeah.
I think this is the
They
only
need,
one.
They need. This is the only one.
No, sorry. This is the only one that has felt a little bit different because usually this field isn't quite as good as it is this week. Waste Management gets good players every single year. Genesis gets it because Tiger's there, right?
Yeah.
This one, it's hit or miss. They either hate the golf course and they don't go play there. We got to see the best players
Yeah.
play this weekend, and it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, it's a unbelievable segue into the players.
It definitely allows them to script it a lot easier.
That's right. Yeah.
I think well, we're going to talk about it in news too, but I'm not sure how I feel about the limited fields, but at the same time this was like legit.
Yep. It was really good.
Yeah.
This is
This is what we want to see. That's what everybody wants to see.
We
The
are,
best players in the world
and
battling it out.
I love the mixed in
yes,
not
and then
guy.
one or two, good stories in there.
Exactly.
We have mentioned jinxes a little bit so far. That's us jinxing guys. How about the all-time jinx by that Justin Ray guy on Victor Hovland?
Yeah.
When he goes out and said of the 30 rounds played,
Oh yeah.
he's never been over par, and the record's 40, and the next round he goes out and shoots 75.
That was Sunday. He shot 75
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he kind of started getting back into it there. I think he made a couple birdies in a row.
Yes, and then on 16 he tried to
did,
hit
yep.
a huge 9-iron and just hooked it into the water.
Yep.
Oh,
Hit
fuck.
the
Ended
Yeah.
up making
Jinx
bogey.
there. I think Rahm jinxed himself
Yeah.
when he said, like, no one can beat him. And then he kind of sucked Friday, Saturday.
And then he said the course was hard Friday after that round, but nobody else played that bad.
Yeah. It was...
It was really, really windy Friday, so
One of these weeks, though, we're gonna get all those top three.
It's
gonna be
all,
more
all in
hard,
the mix.
I have a hard time thinking that John Rahm isn't top 5 at the players. Like,
Yeah, that's a hard tournament, man.
miscut.
Oh, here we
here
go.
we go again. Here we
What's
go.
the time?
Yeah.
Make it easier.
I'll
to
find
say.
it. Yeah, I'll
38
find it.
minutes.
A couple other ones here. Jason Day. I think I put him in his best bets to miss the cut. Glad we didn't pick that. But what I wrote down is his golf game's getting better. His pullout game's getting worse. Because apparently he's having a fifth kid that wasn't planned. So
Oh my.
it's accurate.
That is accurate.
How young is his youngest right now?
How old is that Dash? That's his first one?
Yeah.
15.
He's got to be
I don't know if he's
12,
that old.
13 for
Yeah.
sure.
That kid running around?
Yeah.
I used to think that kid was the coolest.
Because Jason's
Dash?
what, 30?
Oh, he's got to be closing
Eight?
on
I would
40
say
now,
I
yeah.
would say 38, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll look it
You
up.
can look it
I
up
can
for
look it
sure.
up, yeah.
But yeah, so
And confirm if it's Dash. I think it's Dash.
It is, yeah. He is
one
35, actually.
aspect
Oh,
of
really?
life going
He's a
up,
year
the
younger
other
than me.
aspect going down, I guess.
35.
You're younger than me.
Oh, that's a lot of kids. Who else did I
Dash
have in
is-
here? Oh yeah, this.
Dash is 10?
Oh,
Okay,
I would have said older.
Yeah, so would I.
5 under 10. Okay.
that was a Kamau Johnson.
Yeah.
He got disqualified, and it was a big thing
Because he, yeah. Cool.
because he full on cheated.
Yes.
Yes, this guy absolutely 100% cheated. So how it happened was, I think he was on 9, and whatever, he puked all around the green kind of thing, made a triple, but the other two guys playing with him had already finished the hole and walked to 10.
Because they were on the clock, so they went to the next tee.
So they sped up to go to the next tee. He came to the tee, said, 6 instead of 7, but the scorer had already wrote down 7, but he said 6, and then it was a whole thing. But like, no one was around, and you're trying to say 6. And he came out and said he was on the clock. He was rushed.
What did he sign?
Forgot about a shot. He signed for a 6.
Cheated.
He 100% cheated. And then, like, he's a sponsor exemption through the APGA or whatever it is. So, like, growing the game, like, it's a bit of a bad look to get caught cheating, but I guess they're giving him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see if he gets more sponsors exemptions. But
And that bred that whole conversation of why are they even keeping track of their own scores and stuff like that. I mean, at times I think the good reply to that was these walking scores get so many scores wrong that they have to be adjusted, which is probably true.
Because they're not with them and they don't see the drops. And
But at the same time, why is there not like why aren't they not reconciling with that guy at the end of every round?
At the end of every hole.
Yeah.
Just like the part of it on the next tee is what'd you have that last hole?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4
like,
in, 5 out, 6.
It
7.
happens way too much for these guys who play golf their entire lives.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if that was Patrick Reed?
Yeah.
The whole golf world, it would have melted down Twitter.
100%.
It would have exploded.
Yeah.
The internet would have exploded.
There'd be memes of that guy singing that counting song.
One, two, 3.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The last thing I had here, just Adrian Moronky missed the cut, but I can get why, because someone stole his TrackMan last week. So obviously the mental anguish that he would have occurred last week of having to worry about getting a new one. And then it turned out it was just a big misunderstanding, and he got it back. But it still doesn't.
For a while there.
Sorry,
He's probably without it
the
for
guy
2
did
days.
get arrested.
Yeah, for a while
He got it back
there.
the next day, I think.
He
I was just gonna say, how many days was it gone? 1?
It was a night.
Yeah,
Just that's it.
And he wasn't even using it.
No,
Yeah.
didn't even need
But
it.
still, if I would have known that before I picked him, I wouldn't have picked him. So I mean, there should be
Hey,
get to that in picks.
you could have asked. I would have allowed it.
I don't know. That's all I had for the I guess do the Canadians for Arnold Palmer. Then we'll go to Puerto Rico real quick.
All right. Oh, yeah. Completely forgot about Puerto Rico. Connors jinx for a T21. Svensson T24. Hughes T61. So made the cut. Not so great. Pendrith, Taylor, and Knoop's pick for top Canadian Hadwin all missed the cut.
I had to get it in there.
Quick dig.
Did you guys like the course this week?
Yeah.
I always like this place. I don't know.
See, I think I'm the same as you.
They got unlucky with the wind. Like, it's hard in the wind.
Yeah.
But it's still that sweet spot for me. That -6 to -12 area for winter. That's perfect, I think.
The only thing that was weird for me personally is how similar the finishing holes, both like the Honda Classic and this week, are. That par 5 with the green kind of. However, I know that this is a par 4,
Well,
18, but
yeah.
they look exactly the same to me.
Well, 18 at Sawgrass is similar to
I was
18
gonna
at
say,
Bay Hill, too.
that's right.
Oh, it
was
goes the
gonna
other
say
way.
that.
Goes the other
Yeah.
way, yeah.
Yeah.
But it just kind of throws me off. It just like seems like the same finishing hole back-to-back weeks.
Yeah.
Other than that, I do love Bay Hill.
I enjoy this one because there's so much water and there's so many penalty areas out there that they need to avoid, and people bailing out all the time, and then they get penalized for it. And
I wish they would put the tees up. What's it, 7, the par 5 that you can brace and cut?
6.
6?
Yeah.
Like, it should be up a little so there's more people trying to cut it.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
because it was this week, there were a couple days when I was watching coverage, and it's like 330 to carry, so it's like not an outrageous carry. That's
No.
something Rory does fairly regularly.
Make it 310,
Yeah,
and
get him
now
to go.
and now guys are going for it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it slows it down with everyone hitting the water, but still, like, bring that option into play on a few of them.
Yeah.
But let's go to the Puerto Rico. I guess the big tournament this weekend. Nico Echeverria gets his first win on the PGA Tour. Unfortunately, it was for a terrible Crystal Vase trophy.
Yep.
What else did we have here?
I think that's it.
That's probably
Well,
it.
there's a couple things.
Akshay.
Who's who
yeah.
of the leaderboard in this tournament? All the good guys who are playing in it were up there. So two tournaments this weekend that had all the available good
The
players.
betting favorites.
That's all you can ask for.
Nate
Lashley,
Nate
Higgs.
Lashley was a betting favorite.
Norlander's up there.
T15. Yep.
My guy. And then obviously Akshay got second. So with that, he gets special temporary membership to the PGA Tour for accumulating 230 FedEx Cup points that he actually doesn't get, but because he accumulated them, he now gets unlimited sponsors exemptions for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So
I do
might see him a little more.
I mean, as much as we playfully jab, this is the tournament that for all of those non-exempt guys, it's like this is circle your calendar on this one, the Corrales, the off-field events.
Yep, you got
It's
your
like-
Omar Resties and your
Just circle this one
Frank
because
Licklider.
well,
something.
you think of Echeverria, it's like that guy's got an exemption.
He's in the players now.
Yeah,
Yep.
like that's why.
There was one more big story.
You talking about known pervert Robert Gamez finished dead last? Is that the story you wanted? Because I got it written down.
I think that's exactly what he was going to say.
That's
Yep.
the one he was looking
That
for.
is not the one I was talking about. Gerard, if he would have finished top, whatever it was,
top
8 or-
nine, not
top
nine.
nine.
He
He finished
finished top 10.
Yeah.
T10. He needed T9. He got T10.
And he was up there. He was like 7th at one
Yeah.
point. So,
Yeah.
So he would have
that's-
got special exemption, right, for the rest of the year,
yes.
or members exemption for the rest
Yeah.
of the year. But
Yeah, and then I'll steal this one from Bronell, but Hearn and Gliggs missed the cut.
Yeah. Not great.
That's all for the Puerto Rico aces. Obviously, Victor Hovland made an ace.
It's his 4th year in a row with an ace on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Wow.
Birthdays, Pat Perez birthday. That's the only one I
Yep.
could find.
Yep.
And then shots of the week. Anyone?
Mine was Kitayama's putt on 17. When nobody else had made a putt on that hole. Well,
Was that the down
nobody
the
had
hill
made a
one?
putt for a while.
No, it was the birdie.
Yeah, the birdie on
He
17.
slammed in the back.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mine-
it had some speed, but it was dead
Mine
center.
is also a Kitayama putt, and it's something we haven't even talked about yet. It's his 1 millimeter putt on 18.
Oh, yeah. How did we
marking
not talk
it.
about this?
Yeah.
To
Where
clinch the
like
thing.
that. I think he marked the ball wrong.
He didn't. It was a quarter inch behind the ball.
Yeah,
He
so
did
then
mark
you
it
put the
wrong.
ball back right behind it. It's not the original spot.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be in the exact legitimate
He
spot.
did it on purpose because he knew
Yes.
that if he marked it properly, when he went to go set it down afterwards, it was probably rolling in.
Yeah, but you do that twice, and then you get to place it somewhere else. So he
Yeah,
skipped the step.
Yes. Yes.
Is what he did.
Fair, yeah.
So, why didn't how many guys had to putt after him, or like who had
One.
to putt?
Just one.
So who was he playing with?
Hovland.
Hovland?
yeah.
Yeah.
And how far was his putt?
Oh, Hovland had like
Hovland
3
still
feet.
had. Yeah. Still. No. He still had to hit his first putt. So he was on the back fringe because I think
he hit his
it
back
over.
fringe past. And he had 3 feet, I
And
thought.
Kitayama lagged
Well, no.
it.
Oh, no, he
Kitayama was
hadn't-
first
yeah,
because
Kitayama
Kitayama was
was
on
first,
like
yeah.
he was so far.
Yeah, Victor
Oh.
So
had...
Victor had
yeah.
2 putts to still putt.
So, but still, like in my mind, you just tap that in, let Hovland finish. Then you got time to think about your celly.
Yeah.
But your Sully's over. At
Yeah,
that
let's
point.
have it.
The tournament's not over yet. You
I know,
celebrate when the
but
tournament's over. So now you can like I don't know,
Yeah.
throw your
I
hat
don't
in the
know.
air.
It's
like,
kind of
empty your
anticlimactic,
bag.
Yes, especially for your
Anyways.
first win. Like
Yeah.
I would do the same thing. Mark that thing. You get your
And
time.
yeah,
But with it being
Obvi-
so close, I would have been like, I'm going to fucking knock this thing into the hole or something. My marker's going to fall in the hole. Then what?
you
It's like
just get to
string, you
replace
just
it.
get it.
yeah, little licorice. But still, he just skipped a step. That's all he did.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be right behind
Yep.
it. Then you put it down. It falls in. Then you move it back.
Yep.
That's all he had to do. My shot of the week was down in that New Zealand tournament. Where that guy hit the ball and his second ball popped.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that,
Find that tweet.
I just
Insert it.
I just don't
We'll
know
have
how
to
that
do that
happens.
this week.
Like I get that you can't like you're obviously not bumping and doing it, but like how do you not know?
I think it was under all that thatch, and he
probably
was just kind of
under it.
sitting on top. He's like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, perfect," because you can't move it. He just fucking hit it, and
I mean, it
Uh,
didn't,
you
it
think
didn't
he-
even
you think
affect
he
the
knew?
original shot either.
There's no
it was
penalty,
insane.
right? There's
so
no penalty.
No, there's
No.
Penalty is the bad shot you probably hit by hitting
Yeah.
2 balls.
It would have sucked bad if it was the other ball that went further.
Yes.
And, like,
Yeah.
At first, I thought his ball went straight sideways, and then the cameraman screwed up, and they did something, and there was
it took me
another
3
ball. I was like,
watches of that to
"What the hell's
figure
going
out
on
what
here?"
happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was like, who cares? Yeah, it was thick stuff, and you just squibbed it out to the
Yeah.
right. Like that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's those 2 tournaments. Get to the.
Dude wipes everyone
yeah.
other than Kitayama.
That's fair.
That's yeah. They all had a chance.
But mainly Hovland and Spieth.
I thought Scotty was going to win. I really did. Well, even Rory pissed it away.
Yeah. He made those 2 birdies and then he bogeyed 2 in a row right after, didn't he?
Yeah. I think
when
that putt on 18 for Rory, I was extremely surprised, but also not surprised that he didn't make it.
Yeah.
Like, that is a very common putt for all of those guys. He's been here. He's won this tournament before.
Yeah.
Like, he should understand what that putt does.
Tiger would have made it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
Scotty, I think when he missed it, he thought he missed out on a chance at the playoff.
Yeah.
I think he thought it was going to a playoff.
Yeah. But he thought he
forgot-
flagged that one on
Yeah.
18.
News?
News time, yep.
Do we
Anything
want
in it?
Do we want to start with the big one, the live ratings, or the PGA Tour changes?
Live ratings.
Both are the same.
Are they?
Well, they're both equally as big.
You're right.
News
Apparently, if you believe the live accounts, they had
Nobody
3
does, but
They had 3.2 million viewers last week across all
just added them all up.
all platforms.
All platform. That's not bad at all.
But you can't,
Whether
like
you
the way
believe
in
it-
which they counted it probably would equate to
yeah,
like
it,
hundreds of millions.
it was proven
for
wrong.
PGA.
It was proven
We've
wrong
talked-
online
no, it was
already.
not.
Yeah, it was.
But we've also talked about this. It's like 10 or 15 seconds is all you need to tune in for a broadcast for it to count as a view. And I'm not even like saying this is live stuff, but PGA does the exact same thing.
But then you see the other ones that's saying live had less viewers than gymnastics on NBC that weekend. So
it did. Yeah.
That was daily. Because I think they had 800,000 a day or something.
he's ready. He's ready.
Less
He
than
has
all
been
the-
doing the work today, guys. We're in trouble.
I told you I started doing the fucking research.
Well, let's get to the big one.
He's been
research since this
reciting
morning.
these in front of the mirror all day at work.
They're
work,
gonna
exactly.
quiz me on my live stuff. I'm good
I'm gonna
to
be
go.
ready.
Yeah. Got rid of his stalker, and he's got all the time in the world.
Almost ran her over today.
Almost ran her over.
PGA Tour 2024 changes. So we're getting, I guess we can call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. They're copying the live.
Yep.
Limited field events, no cut. All of a sudden, this is the greatest thing in the world.
But did the Live invent that?
Well, I don't think they invented it, but they made it more mainstream for their.
Well, no, the WGCs were mainstream for years.
Okay, but
Are
More
they-
money.
are they
The
around
Live
anymore?
copied the
Are
WGCs,
they
and now
around
the PGA Tour is copying the Live that already
yeah, it's a
copied
copycat
something
game.
else.
It's a copycat
so
game.
what?
It's a copycat game. He's right.
So I wrote down, Knoop, take it away. You did all this preparation. What are the changes?
So 70 to 80 players, like Harvard said, designated event model is what they're calling this. So 70 to 78 players for each of those designated events. Like you said, no cut. They need to add one add one non-designated event to their schedule. The players do. The top 50 that end up making it, they need to add a non-designated to their schedule as well. Outside of that,
Can we go back to the cut thing for a sec? Because Rory
Sure.
then said right after that isn't even true necessarily.
well, so
So what's the case?
so
Where's the communication at this?
So that's
fucking
exactly
place?
what. Yeah, the PGA Tour has a communication issue.
Big
so if
time.
you're going to come out and say all of this stuff, have your ducks in a row,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because there was a story that was broke by I think Eamon Lynch, had kind of came out with some of this stuff, and then the PGA Tour releases. Actually, it wasn't even the PGA Tour. Dan Rappaport had got the memo and posted it online and said, "Hey, this is what they said." But they don't even have all of their facts straight and everything that's going on. And they said, "Well,
They really
so
are copying the Live then.
You're gonna, you're gonna find out tomorrow.
Oh, well done.
In in Monahan's press conference tomorrow, we'll find out more stuff. So I don't know.
Monahan's, I wrote down Monahan's a complete tit. Like that guy's
That's
got
what he
to
wrote down,
He is
boys.
useless.
It's right here. I added complete for effect, but Monahan's a tit. Yeah. Like,
At capital A. A tit.
yeah. Like they got to get rid of that guy for the betterment of the PGA Tour.
I
He's
agree.
got to go.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll agree with that.
So we talked about the designated event model. So they have 8 designated events next year. There's, I guess, some dispute right now on how many there will be. Non-cut, some are saying 8. All 8 will be no cut. It sounds like 5 or 6. So who the hell knows where it's going to land?
Stop himself there.
So that means, right? So we have 8 designated events, 4 majors, plus the players. So that's 13. And then 3 more playoff events. So we're at 15. You need to play 15 events to keep your card, which means half of your events can be non-cut events throughout the entire year, and you get to still keep your card.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
You'd still have to play
100%.
well. You'd have to play well in all of them.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
disputing that. But what I'm saying is half of a guy's schedule, a top guy's schedule, can be no-cut events if they want.
If the cuts thing turns out to be true, yeah.
Well, even if it's 5. Plus 3 for playoffs, that's 8.
No, the playoffs are cuts.
No.
Well, you're also assuming
there's not.
you're
First
also,
one is.
You're also
First one
assuming
First one might.
you're
Yeah, it
also
is.
assuming though
Yeah.
that they're going to play all 3.
I don't think the first one is cut anymore because it's down to 70 this year.
Are you sure
They're not
that
cutting this year.
just quick fact check though?
It's
Are
not
you
the
sure
top.
that they would be able to include assumptions that they're going to play all 3 playoff events?
Well, they kind of have to now. Because
Well, I'm just saying
it's the top
if they make
70
it.
in the first one.
Yeah, no, if
and then
they
it's
make
50
it,
and
but
30.
if they have to play 16, would it not be 16 that doesn't count the last 2 playoff events? How do you
No,
know
no,
you're going to be
that's-
in the 70 or 30?
Well, I guess that's true.
So
Yeah.
they would have to play 2. There's 2 more on the front
Potentially.
end.
So they need to play 1 for sure that is a non-designated.
They're going to have to play 3 because you can't assume you're in the top 70 or the top 30
Well, I mean,
to play in those
If you
last 2
win,
events.
you pretty much can.
Yeah, but you're using the 3 playoff events in your math,
Yes.
and 2 of those are not even close to guaranteed.
Well, yeah, sure. But even at
So
that,
those 2
that's-
have to go
so
added
one-
on to
so
somewhere else.
1 less than half,
'Cause
which
if
is
you-
still insane.
But if you're banking on those in your half of your events,
Yep.
and then you don't make it to top 30,
So-
then you didn't play enough events.
No, they'll still get that many.
Well, they'd have to play 2 other non-designated
Well, see,
events.
even at 2. So you're saying
I'm saying
you're
3.
getting just under half of your events you get non-cut when a non-cut was such a, I guess, faux pas before because the Live was doing it. What the hell's the difference?
Well, they're 100% no cuts.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Sub
that's exactly
50
what this
and 100
And
are
they're
a lot
54
different.
holes.
is. 54 holes, yes. I can agree with
Yeah.
that.
And sub 50 is not 100%.
What do you mean sub 50 is not one?
Some 50 guys.
Oh,
No, sub 50% no
yeah,
cut
but
events.
it's nearly half. If you make
Yeah,
the playoffs,
nearly half
they get,
and completely full are completely
well,
different.
I get, yes, but it was 0. It's 0 this year.
And the big
right?
Yeah.
thing is like the whole thing about golf is like it's based on beating these people,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
now that
Yep.
necessarily doesn't have to be the case. And they made a big stink about it with the Live not being the case anymore. They're getting guaranteed money, which these guys aren't getting guaranteed money, but they also
It
are.
Pretty much is, yes.
Right? So, and I mean, everyone, like, I'm a huge Rory guy, obviously, but the way he's coming off is like this salesman for this stuff and like selling it as the best thing. They do no wrong. It's nothing the same. It's getting a little tired too. Like, he needs to
Oh,
take
yeah.
a step
Yep.
back. I know he's the face of the tour, but like,
Yeah.
Let some of the other guys.
yeah, maybe let
Yeah.
Scheffler say something. I mean, Homa came out and said something too. Like, that's better than Rory doing it
Yeah.
every week.
Because
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
one of the
Like,
big
let
things,
JT or Spieth say something. They've said nothing about this
Yeah.
stuff.
No.
JT
so with those
said
Live
enough.
guys, they keep saying, "Well, if it's about them or it's about the money, just say that." Well, you know what? The same thing applies here because that's exactly what it ends up being. Because that's all it is. For sure, it is.
Yeah, but it's different
Right?
money. And
Hey,
it's
we
different-
wanna get paid
Now
our
it's about-
value.
it's about the
If-
money to not get the guys to go for the other money.
Yes,
Yes.
but it's about their own value. This
Oh,
is
no,
what
for
we
sure.
provide, right? They can
Yeah.
say that. They're the best players in the world. They do deserve that. Say that, please.
That's
yeah, but
exactly
let's
right.
start talking about some of the pros of this because there's some good things that are going to come out of this.
Sure.
Go
Go
on.
for it if you want.
Well, the best players in the world playing against the best
The-
players in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Other than the 2
so-
that are on the Live.
No,
Sorry, I
but
forgot
listen,
about those
so
2.
with that, I agree. I love to see that. But do you think that eventually that gets watered down? Do you think that becomes too saturated? Do you want to see the Ravens play the Steelers every single week?
I would love that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
bad
bad
example.
example. That was a
Terrible example. That's the best rivalry in sports.
No, that's
yeah,
not
but
true.
so but do you think that would get old though? That's what I'm saying. If you're going to
That's
see that
not,
every
no.
other week, that's going to get fairly
But
old.
you only saw Tiger against Phil twice in their entire careers. How many times are you actually going to see Rory against Scotty coming down the
Yeah,
stretch on a
that's-
Sunday?
those guys barely miss any cuts. I know
You
they
want
don't
as
have to
many
make the
chances-
cut anymore, but
That's
I don't know.
That's a bad argument though. You're saying they barely make any cuts. So what does a cut have to do
no,
with it?
they don't barely miss any cuts. They're always there, kind
Sorry,
of for
yeah,
the
that's
most
what I'm
part.
saying.
kind
I don't
of,
wanna-
but we
if
want to
they're-
see them in the final group against each other. Like,
But if they're
I know, but if it's so the proposed schedule is going to be 2 designated, 3 non-designated, and then it's going to alternate that way, right? So if we're seeing back-to-back designated events all the time, and then we have majors mixed in there, and then we have playoffs, I don't know. Like, I do agree. I would love to see them play more often. These last, 5 weeks have been great, but who knows in 5 years, are we going to get sick of it? I don't know.
There's going to be, golf is evolving and ever
Yeah, that's
changing.
true.
Like
With
the
new
best
guys.
players in
Yeah,
the world
that's
are
fair.
different every year almost,
and I
other
just-
than
I just
but
think of
a few
few
guys.
I
Like,
think
it
of-
goes back to, sorry for interrupting, but it goes back to world golf ranking things. Like, how are these guys going to play the non-designated and jump up when there's no strength of the field there?
Well, and they have the chance to go down and play. So I guess we haven't kind of talked about that yet, but so the top 50 from the prior year FedEx Cup standings are going to get into the the designated events the following year, where they have a, I would say probably uncompetitive balance swung toward their side, because if they're not playing super well, they get to play as many non-designated events as they would like, right? Where that's not the option for the guys that are outside of those.
But they've
top
kind
50.
of earned that by previous good play.
Yes, but then how do they ever get out of there is what I'm saying, right? So if they're going to play 16,
there's going to be
maybe they're going to play 25. There's no chance they're going to end up losing that top 50 status because they're going to play 10 extra events.
Oh, they can lose it. Guys can lose
It's going to be very hard for them.
Guys can lose their games quick in this sport.
Well, there was a
Yeah.
tweet from Monday Q came out that said the mood at the putting green at Puerto Rico was not happy when this came
Yeah.
out, because
They're
all those guys are essentially tier 2 players now.
Yes. So the modeling that they've kind of come out with, they said, well, we're expecting like 35 to 40% turnover. I don't know how that happens, but maybe.
Unless
I
you
think
get
it
some, like maybe, big maybe here, you get someone young guy who just starts cleaning up
yeah.
in these
I have
non-designated.
I still,
Yeah, they
I
can.
still don't get this, because when we're talking about tier 2, the tier 2 is still getting paid more than the Corn Ferry, so they're going to make money.
Lots
by,
of money.
by not
Yes.
having the top 70 guys playing that many non-designated events. The field gets weaker, so if you're a good player and claim, how am I supposed to get up there? Win events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys that are playing poorly on those elevated events will have to go down, because I don't care if there's no cut or not. If you keep finishing 60 in these events, you're not going to keep your card, or you're not going to be up there. And then this whole thing about like the competitive balance and will you get these guys with the top 70 or whatever that are going to play? It's not the same leaderboard every time, so I don't think you'd ever get sick of it. And you certainly wouldn't get as sick of it as you would the live that's so heavily imbalanced to the top 10 in there. Like, it is literally the same 10 to 15 guys in the top 20 every week.
And
I
Because
think
it's not even close to even across the board. So the PGA Tour has a better product in the fact of 50 of those guys, let's say 30 of those guys should be interchanging somewhat, but there will always be someone between 30, probably 5 guys between 30 and 70 that are going to be up there.
So when you really boil this down or break it down, this is a straight defensive play by the PGA Tour, so they don't lose
For
a
sure.
Rom or
Yes.
they're
Yes.
never going to lose Rom, JT, or
Got to
Rory.
pay them somehow.
You keep those guys, but where it might cause a problem is with some of these young and up-and-coming guys. If they start cleaning up and still don't get in,
Yes, that would be a problem.
why would I stick around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Or-
might get
Yeah.
stronger that way. Like, they might get some of the next generation stars, but they're not getting any more of this generation.
Well,
stars.
You would think that Liv is going to get somewhat stronger, because there's got to be guys that are between 90 and 110.
See, I
that
don't know
might
if they
leave.
will. I don't know.
You might get 90 to 110s.
James Hahn would leave tomorrow if they give him the chance.
Yeah. But
He
so
was
going
not
back
happy
to,
about this.
to what you had said about the designated events, if they're going to not give FedEx Cup points to, say, I don't know, the bottom 10,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's got to be a way to incentivize those bottom guys to, like, really kick it up, because they're not going to get those
or
points.
go play non-designated
That's right.
events. Yeah.
Right? So,
Which then makes
and they
those
haven't,
fields better.
yeah, and they haven't announced how that FedEx Cup structure is going to work within the tournaments, but I think that's one way that they could kind of remedy some of that, because getting last place shouldn't get you more points than, say, 30th in a non-designated
No,
event,
absolutely
right?
not.
So,
Yeah.
but who knows, right? They've done dumb shit in the past. We have a like a staggered start tournament. Who knows what they'll do? The PGA
And
Tour.
Pepperell kind of had a good theory. He used a bad example of Hatton, but
Yeah.
that was a good theory of a guy who's
mid-rank guys.
the mid-rank guys
Yeah.
that get kind of bumped down, like
Yeah.
for whatever reason, like they might just be like, screw it, I'll just go over here.
All the Euro guys, especially
for the
that
Euro
maybe don't
guys.
play
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
But I also wanted to bring up, like, there were some good tweets from Live people this past week about this. The Gooch one with the Ted Lasso gif of, like,
Yeah.
howdy neighbor, like,
Yeah.
doing the same thing. Westwood had a big one talking about how I've been hearing for a year that no cuts and limited field events were stupid.
Yeah.
Now we're doing this. And then Live Golf League, not Live Golf, tweeted that imitation's the biggest form of flattery. So that was a good one too. But yeah, there was.
So
I mean, I get what they're doing. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not applicable at all.
But branching off on this, Brandel Chamley might be the biggest idiot in all of golf. Like he has dug such a deep hole now.
Yeah.
Like he might have to, I don't know, lock himself in a room for the rest of his life if this doesn't pan out a certain way.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's so far gone on one side that it's embarrassing at this point.
Yes.
I agree.
And yeah, so I mean, the other thing that kind of spun off from this is with Pebble probably being a designated event, they're now taking away the 72-hole amateur part of it. It's only 36 holes now. So that, I mean, sucks for friend of the pod, Dave Dubé, but probably for the best
the
for the
trade-offs to keep that tournament going.
tournament.
And
Yeah,
elevated,
because that tournament was kind of fizzling out too. So
And it's one of the most iconic golf courses in the world, right? You want to keep it relevant. So
yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Let's go to something else.
And
Move
if
on.
there's no cut there, you will get to see the best players in the world play on the weekend if you go to the event. That's another
Yeah,
thing
absolutely.
from this. Like,
Yeah.
the sponsors are going to be happy. People are going to attend the weekend if they
guess.
get to see the best players, man.
Yeah, but
they still
listen. So
move the
say
needle more than anybody
Rory's
else.
in 78th place. He has the
People are
first
still going to follow him around.
I know,
People
but how
follow
many
Tiger
people-
around no matter where he is.
Yeah, but Tiger's not Rory.
yeah, I don't
obviously
think Rory gets
not.
steroids.
I mean, nobody's Tiger, but
Yes.
if there's no Tiger in the event, then who are they going to
Oh
follow?
yeah.
Yeah, but that's also so.
Rory's
also,
getting followed on Saturday,
you're
Sunday,
getting-
no matter where he is.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
changing your entire tour structure. So I don't know what a couple thousand people show up to watch Rory
Well, that's
on,
not
a,
why.
on a
That's
Saturday.
not the
well, it's
reason
not
why.
TV ratings.
but
it's
that's
because nobody's
one
watching
of
it.
the
One of the-
benefits
yes.
of doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the reason.
I still think they've handled this so poorly since Live actually came to be a thing. Like this is all just
Well, they
scared
didn't think-
reactionary
Well, they
moves.
didn't think that they were going to get. Cam
That's-
Smith was the one that,
yeah,
like,
absolutely.
the PGA is like, oh shit.
Yeah,
And,
'cause,
like,
I
and
mean,
don't get
what-
me wrong, I think 100% these moves saved a bunch of guys from leaving.
Yes.
Yes. 100%.
And they maybe have made some questionable or like, trigger moves, but like, what do you like? This is we've never had anything like this
Well,
before.
and
They
there's-
don't. They have
there
no
is a
idea what
player
to do
advisory
at the time,
committee-
right?
Yeah, they would have sat down with these guys and said, "Hey, you're the players. You're the voice of the players. What should we do here?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So I mean,
plebiscite.
it's not like the
Yeah.
PGA is just like, "Hey, let's just make up all this stuff to copy the Live." The Players Advisory Council, you would think at one point would have been like, "Hey, we've heard grumblings that these guys are going to do this, so we should probably look at doing something."
It would
like
be-
I don't think those guys have that much pull.
Well, it's not like they didn't have conversations.
but
with
it'll
them.
never
No, I
come
know,
out. But it would be nice
I don't know.
to know like some of the like background conversations.
Yeah.
Like we'll never know, but holy crap! would it
Season
be
2's
cool to
coming
know
out, isn't
some
it?
of
They've tripled
What?
their purses.
Season
for the
2's
year,
coming out,
pretty
isn't
much.
it? They announced that.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be in there. Couple other things, obviously. I guess Phil Mickelson dropped out of the top 300 in the world for the first time in his career. If anyone cares about that, when Phil, do you guys remember when Phil dropped out of the top 100? And I was
Yeah, I'll
like,
try one.
I was like, who gives a shit? And then they're gonna be like, now he dropped out at 200. He spent 20 years at 200. Now it's 30 years at 300. Like, who cares about this guy? He's moved on. He's done whatever.
I mean, at this point, Liv just needs to get world rankings.
I posted that in there just for your little rant.
Oh,
there.
yeah,
that's,
but-
that's all I posted it for.
And then you
As-
brought the book.
As much as that, did
yeah.
you guys see the
Didn't read it.
video he posted of him skiing?
No.
And he was like, where did I jump higher? When I won the Masters or off this jump? And he goes off this ski jump and he's like, he like raises
No,
his
he
hand,
didn't.
gets like this much air off the jump. He's like, which one did I jump higher on? So it was
the ski,
it was
just
it was
by a
pretty
hair.
funny.
But
he also came out and did a good thing explaining the world golf rankings thing about how PGA is fighting them not getting world ranking points, because if these live guys get world ranking points and are in the top 100, top 50, the PGA Tour gets less money from viewers. And if you don't have a top 50, you might get less viewers. So now the sponsors don't have to pay as much money. It was a whole thing. You should find that tweet if I'm not doing it justice, but you should find that tweet if you haven't seen it. So that's Phil. We'll just wrap up the live stuff here. I guess they're
Like news or live stuff?
live stuff. There's still a little more news after it, but
He was going to
Holy.
say a pile.
I guess Liv setting up a stadium-style hole at the Adelaide event here in a couple weeks. I mean, is that thing
like
going to be
6 or
full?
7.
Oh, yeah, there's a risk.
I think down there they will. Did you
Imitation
watch
is
the video? It's not as big as they made it
imitation's the
sound.
best form of.
Hey, absolutely.
Yeah,
But we
exactly.
talked about this
No,
how
you
many
can't say
weeks
that.
ago, right? Like that's what they're trying to
apply
be.
here.
So
Yeah,
be
Yeah.
it.
So
they got to.
and
Go full
they're
bore.
they're doing a bunch, like, I don't know if it's the Gretzky angle there, but they've been in the NHL stuff a lot. Like
Yeah.
Smash is at the Panthers game. Cam
Smith.
Smith's with Penguins
The
hanging out with
Rippers.
Crosby.
Yeah.
Ripper
Like,
GC.
I don't know if that's a
Well, they have so
tie
much
they're
time on their
trying to do.
hands. I mean, I thought that they were supposed to be spending it with their families, but
No, they're just
Yeah.
not supposed to be
that's
golfing.
Oh, okay.
Just not
they're
golfing.
just allowed to live their life.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, they just tell their family, yeah, but we have more money now, so I can
do
be
it.
away. more."
I'll give you more money. Just let me go party.
Yeah.
Like post the Curb Your Enthusiasm gift of Larry David. Like, can a motherfucker live a life? so I stole that word from Canoop there the first time I heard it. But next, CP Women's Open's coming to Calgary in 2024.
Yes,
So
We going?
probably.
probably should.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
Busy
2024
year.
is a busy year for us.
Busy year.
The return.
Oh yeah, the one other thing, sounds like Tiger Woods was on steroids in the early 2000s, if you believe the stats that are coming out.
That's in news?
Yeah, why? Of course, he's the biggest golfer in the world. You can't talk about his he did steroids along
It
with
was
a
a hearsay
numerous
report.
amount of other drugs.
Hearsay report.
Numerous amount of other drugs.
But yeah, so steroid user Tiger Woods, take it to the bank. Around the world, Champions Tour, the Cologuard Classic, won by David Toms. Senior
Wow.
Tour does trophies well.
Yeah, they
David
get it. So does
Toms.
DP World Tour.
Helmet, like silver helmet that you put on, like that one Phil won all those years ago, similar style. Weir was 8th, Ames was 49th, and David Moreland, the 4th, was 74th. Got to start.
Got
LPGA,
that one in there.
well, Canadians.
Yeah.
LPGA HSBC Women's World Championship, won by Jin Young Ko. Real European-style trophy with the ribbons off the side, kind of like the Euro Cup. And Brooke was 48th. And then Korn Ferry Canadian Tour and DP World Tour, no tournament this week.
Yeah, Jin Young Ko is really good.
But
Really good.
Nelly Korda finished second, so she's still the best.
Oh, right.
She's still the best, you guys. She finished second. So make sure you pick her for
The
that
American bias. Yep.
combined event. Pick recap. Where do we want to start?
Let's go. Pick recap, Canoop.
Do you want me to go over the results, or
Let's
do you
do
want
results.
to
I
Don't
cleaned
care.
up the week. That's all. that
Start
matters,
whatever you
really.
want. I got all kinds of stuff to say. So
Canoop?
I can't
Canoop won both tournaments this week, along with a 2-point picked winner.
yeah,
So
let's do one audio clip right now. Okay, let's just do one quick here.
Make sure it's turned up.
All you have to do is not pick the winner. That's literally all you have to do.
I cannot wait for one of you guys to pick the winner for somebody.
We haven't
can't
done it.
wait.
We haven't done it yet.
I can't wait.
We haven't done it yet.
It's going to be this week.
Was that last week's show?
Correct.
Really
Nice.
good, nice.
okay, so
knew.
with Canoop's questionable 5 points this week, the standings are now Bronell 10, Canoop 8, Har 5, Matty B 4.
Let's hear the averages now.
Canoop had at the Arnold Palmer, he had Christian Bezuidenhout miscut for 73.
I will point out that my other guy was Davis Riley, who finished 5th. But I was choosing between.
Oh, so you picked the wrong guy there.
Yeah, picked
Okay.
But you picked the right guy when you got the
that's
choice to
right.
pick.
Danny
Well,
Willett
you're
was
not supposed to do that.
34th, and Kurt Kitayama was 1st, so he had a 36 average.
Okay.
Yep.
I finished 2nd. I had Adrian Moronk miscut, 73. Alex Noren, 61st. And Adam Svensson, 24th for 52.67 average. Matty B was 3rd. He had Adam Hadwin miscut, 73. Ryan Fox. Ryan Fox? Adam Fox. Ryan Fox.
Yeah.
14th. And Gary Woodland miscut 73 for 53.33 average. And Bronell was 4th. He had Rick Fowler 31st. Kevin Kisner. What a pick I made for you with Kevin Kisner.
He stinks. He's
Dead
the
last.
worst player in the
Dead
world.
last.
Yeah.
73. Like, that's how you're supposed to do it, you guys.
Yep.
Stop picking winners for other
Yep.
people.
Continue.
And Lucas Herbert, 73, miscut for 59 average.
59, hey?
Yep.
Funny enough, that would have got me third place if Knoop would have had Brian Harmon, because your average with Brian Harmon would have been 60 on the nose.
Did I have Brian Harmon, though?
60 on the nose.
Did I have Brian Harmon?
Are we going to the next audio clip?
Yes.
Give you a choice.
Oh, wow.
Really? A choice? Why would you give him a choice? You get Brian Harmon or Kurt Kitayama.
Oh, great question.
This is
You
worth
got to
2
hold it
points.
close to the front of the mic. There you go.
Clicks for this now,
Oh,
too.
man. Who do I want?
You should ask him what he wants and then just give him KH Lee.
That's exactly what should have happened there.
I'll go Kitayama.
Kitayama, there you go.
Kurt Kitayama, yeah.
Like, I love the idea of giving him the option. I love
Why
that
do you
idea.
love that? That's
Whoa,
the worst.
And then being like, nope, other guy. KH Lee. Like I said on the pod, like,
Okay.
who do you want? Oh, Kurt Kitayama. Well, I get a pick, so you get the
Okay.
worst one.
Go ahead. What's your rant?
You picked one guy that made the cut this week, Danny Willett.
Well, 2, actually. I picked 2 guys.
You
that made
picked
the
a guy
cut. I
that
picked 2
isn't
guys
your
that
pick.
made the cut.
It's not
Yeah.
your pick.
But it doesn't matter. I made 2 guys that made the cut. So
What?
I picked 2 guys.
You didn't pick
that
him,
made the
though.
cut.
You got
he had
so-
the option.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Kurt
So I didn't-
Kitayama
I
was
didn't-
picked for
So
you.
I didn't pick him?
No, you didn't.
Oh,
He's
okay.
picked for you.
So-
it says it right on the pick sheet.
So
Okay,
Player
perfect.
in black is selected by
So,
another player, another
I have
pod
a, I have a
member, right?
really, I have a really bad. I have. Before Bronell gets too deep into this, I don't know if I should say this now or wait until the rest of your rant. Would it make you feel any better that before I gave him the option, I was going to give him Kurt Kitayama?
No.
Have you ever have at any point during this entire week have you thought that maybe I was going to give him Kitayama
No.
instead of him picking it?
After he
That
did
doesn't make it
sucking-
any
Because
better.
I got news for you. I was going to pick Kurt Kitayama
He's
for
been
him.
playing pretty well though.
I
He
know.
finished
He
second in the CJ Cup, and
He did not
He
say
was
that.
Oh, in the CJ Cup, so in the fall?
yes, and more recently, 29th at Pebble and 23rd in Phoenix. How's Brian Harmon been?
Dog shit.
Dog shit. 29th and 23rd. What is he laughing at?
He's
I had a
laughing
more
at-
recent thing. He just didn't let me finish.
So I
God.
yeah.
He would have 1 point this week.
I know. I
1
realized
point he would have had this week
I'm
if you
not-
would have given Brian Harmon.
I'm not
1
saying-
point, and he'd be just sitting there like a little sad little puppy right now.
And I'd be at 7 points right in the mix.
Yes.
So I'm not. I really, I really hate that it happened that way.
Just take back everything you said last week about me picking Chris Kirk for Harvin like it was the stupidest thing anyone's ever done in the
Oh,
world.
whoa, whoa, that's
Well-
not the stupidest thing you've done this year.
This year?
John Brom?
Okay, well
I'm going to give you the
That
best
one-
player in the world
Yeah,
right now because I got a feeling.
I didn't
Guy,
even-
guy won last week. Hasn't finished
No,
worse than Team
that was-
5
that
in the
was-
last, 6 months.
He was feeling bad
that
for me.
was
He said
all
it.
me feeling bad for him,
Right.
and that was stupid.
And
And I
then-
never got called out for being stupid for that. Yet
yeah,
I
you
picked
did.
Chris Kirk, the worst possible player in the field last week, inside the top 50. He was 48th. He was.
Yeah, he was.
Ranking-wise,
Okay,
he
yeah,
was the
he was, yeah.
worst.
Yeah, but are rankings perfect?
Oh my God! You're not understanding
Yes,
anything
I
anyone
am.
ever says. You don't understand anything anyone ever says.
You said the worst.
Ever. No,
See,
not
the
in
worst
person.
by
Not in
rankings.
person. I
The
thought in
worst by
person you could at
rankings.
least understand something someone says. But no. Let's go
just
back
said-
to the group. I'm
you
going to
just
text
said
it.
the
I'll text
worst.
it.
You just said the
texting it to
worst
you.
by rankings. So why? He just won. So you're going to tell me he's the worst by
He
rankings?
just won. What do you
No,
mean?
so-
This was last week.
Okay.
This
okay.
is the
Okay,
whole
okay.
the whole precipice of this
weeks
was
ago.
we gave him a hard time for the whole point is to not pick the winner for sure.
Yes, because you
Completely
should not
agree.
get 2
100%.
points for it.
Yeah. But
Sure.
this was off the heels of you already doing the ROM thing, and then we gave you a hard time about Kirk. That's fine. But I 100% was giving him Kitayama
Okay.
last week. Because Kitayama
I don't
was
believe you, but
Kitayama was 200
You
to
say
1.
that now. You say that now.
What so all I did for that, full disclosure, is I looked at the 2 worst remaining guys' odds, and Kitayama was 200 to 1 and Brian Harmon was 110 to 1. And I'm like, I'm giving him Kitayama. But then I'm like, I'll just have a little fun with this. I'm going to give him the worst 2 guys and let him pick.
Yeah.
He just happened to pick the guy that won. Because
it ended up being no fun for anybody because me and Harv got
Bamboozled.
sewered.
For
Yeah.
anybody, it was a lot of fun for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Also,
Hey,
Chris
but-
Kirk was not the worst.
But what
ranked.
came of this is you came up with a great idea for next year's picks.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll do the same thing, but instead of 2 points, if you pick the winner, he gets 1 point, but the person who picked it gets minus a point.
Yes.
So it hurts them
Yep.
for making.
Why
up
don't we
that
make the
pick.
change right now? We
can't.
make
No.
changes mid-season
No,
all
It
the
is 3
time.
of-
Nope.
It
Don't-
is 3 or 4.
Can't.
Don't get me wrong. You guys have made stupid changes before.
This is a great
isn't-
change,
This is
though.
a great change.
Can't
So
change
It,
Yeah.
It's 3 of 4. Yeah, we can. We have before 3 of 4.
Really? Okay, well, I'm going to submit.
It does-
Keep
It's
your
a
points.
majority
Listen-
thing.
No, no, no.
Keep your
I'm going to
points.
submit another change while we're talking
Well, you need
about
3
this.
of
this will
4.
be dumb.
You need 3 of
Listen,
4.
no,
This
just
is gonna be
listen.
stupid.
Listen, designated events are worth 3 points to take place for the WGCs. I
That's
won't,
so
I
many,
won't
though.
ask- well,
Then majors aren't worth
they're worth
Majors
an
are
extra
worth
point.
4.
or
an
They
extra
are as
point,
well.
but they should. That's the point. Is they're supposed to be worth a lot more.
I thought
Well,
WGCs
these
already
are.
were worth 3.
They
Yeah,
were, but they don't have
WGCs were.
WCs anymore.
Oh, right.
So that's what I'm saying is the designated events should take the place of the
But
WGCs.
it's not retroactive.
Correct. 100%.
So when
Because
we get to
Canadian
the
Open
match-
and players
when
were
we get
already
to the-
worth 3.
Yeah, when we get to match play, it's just not worth 3 anymore.
No, match play would be worth 3 because
So it's-
I believe it's still a designated event.
Oh, but it's just not WGC.
Correct.
So
Yep.
we don't have the colored trophies anymore. When did I miss this?
Correct.
Well, that sucks.
I mean, I don't really care about that one. It's the other one I care about.
3
Well,
of 4.
I mean, they are the most important tournaments outside of the majors. They are worth double purse, so that was
So-
why I thought that.
And
So-
realistically, this was a complete and utter fluke that you got the winner here because
Right, yeah.
200 to
100%.
1. He was
So
the
was the
worst
Kirk
betting
win.
odds of the top 50.
in the designated events, like the big guys are going to win them,
Yes.
and those guys
They have
ain't getting
been.
picked.
and
200 to
and-
1,
And let's
which is
be honest,
insane.
Canoe
the fact
level
that-
break.
The fact that Kitayama wasn't picked before the option is crazy because he had the worst betting odds of anyone in the top 50.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't already pick him.
Well, yeah,
How-
because I knew Kisner was going to suck.
How do you have
Yeah.
somebody?
And I had to give you Alex
Kisner
Noren.
was 400 to 1. He was
Yes.
worse. That's
I had to give you Alex Noren.
How do you have somebody inside the top 50 and he's 200
Yeah,
to 1?
that's why I was
Makes
going to pick
no
him for you,
sense.
but I thought it would be fun to give you an option.
As soon as he got picked for Canoop, we should have bet it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because $200 is more than 100, which is more than 40, which he tried to say was a Canute level break.
Yeah.
That's true.
All in favor of the new rule changes.
So which one?
Both of them.
Both.
We can bet.
Yeah, fine. I'm fine with both. I
Sure.
don't care.
It changes. It'll change it right now.
You're fine with common sense? Nice. Good. Good.
Common
Moving
sense.
forward.
Why is 1 point taken away
No,
or
he-
given?
He had
common
way
sense?
more. He had way more notes in that phone until I said that I was going to give you Kitayama anyway.
No, you did.
Yeah,
yeah,
he did. You got more notes in there,
There's
don't
no
you?
way. I got more audio clips too, but whatever. We've had enough.
I swear to you, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to jinx it because I actually didn't think Kitayama was going to hold on to win. He wasn't going to get the extra points, but I was going to give him Kitayama.
As soon as I got off the ice, I was like, "Fuck! I'm not even gonna go into the group chat. I'm just gonna go to PGA Tour." First thing
Anyone?
I see, Kitayama pulls through for first win. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I was cheering against it too because I knew that you would be upset.
yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm
I guess
over it
they're-
now, though.
Well, that was
they're
fun.
all
Because
they're
nobody
all,
cares about these picks, anyways, other than us four. So
This is the best part of the pod in my mind. Should have a sponsor. Anyone listening?
I might have a sponsor for picks.
Oh, even better. Yeah, so let's go through the Puerto Rico.
oh, right, that.
Canoop won that one too, legit this time.
Wow,
Yeah.
who was
Did I
picked
pick
for
my
him?
guy?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's what I said. You won. Paul Haley was your
You did
last
okay.
option.
Yeah.
He was 21st. Lashley third, the betting favorite, and Piercy 21st for a 15 average. Matty B was second. He had Akshay Bhatia second, Harry Higgs 7th, and MJ Daffy 64th for a 24 average.
Good week, though.
Yeah, Higgsy.
I was third. I had Gerard 11th, Norlander 15th, and then Carl Vaughan let me down. Usually bad, good. And he went bad, missed the cut, 71. 32 average. Donnell fourth.
That's how you pick for someone.
EVR 32nd, Dylan Wu 48th, and Gliggs missed the cut, 71 for a 50 average.
Gliggs is usually good in those opposite
so-
events.
Yep.
Designated events were 3, and now it's not 2 to the winner. It's 1 to the winner for a picked winner, and whoever picked him gets minus a point.
Yeah.
That's right. That's your
This
2.
week's worth 3, always was, still is.
Yes. But it's not a major.
Nope. You got a preview?
It's even less of a major now, but yeah. I do.
Doesn't make any
Because
sense.
Cam Smith's not there.
Yeah.
Well, hey, so I'll get to that in my preview.
And
Top
DJ.
top 3 guys from last year not here this week.
Lahiri.
Yep, Paul Casey as well.
Right. Casey's actually been good the last 2 years here.
Yep. Players Championship, another elevated event as we have talked about. TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra, Florida. Par 72, playing 7,275 yards. Interesting little note, there has never been a repeat winner here. No one has ever gone back-to-back, and that trend will not continue this week, as we have talked about. Cam Smith not here in the field this week.
Will continue.
Will continue.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right. That's correct.
This is the hardest tournament to pick,
For sure.
Yes.
I think. For
Yep, I would agree.
Last year, the first round took 54 hours to complete because of weather, and obviously finished on Monday. The tour is hoping to get back to their regular tournament schedule since 2019.
All right.
2020, obviously, COVID screwed everything.
Decky won that one.
It was, yeah.
What,
sure.
what was he was 9 under? When they,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then
Blew the
21
horn.
was reduced capacity. And then last year, obviously, we had talked about finishing on Monday. So, first time in 5 years, they're going for just a regular old tournament. $4.5 million to the winner this week.
Good Lord.
$25 million purse. So, this is kind of the highest that we've seen so far up to this point. There's a new teeing ground on the par 5 9th, making it over 600 yards. So that'll be kind of a neat little wrinkle this week. 43 of the world's top 50 playing, along with 49 of the top 50 in the FedEx Cup points. Ben Taylor is the only one that's missing from the top 50 in FedEx Cup this week because he's getting married this week.
No.
Ooh, tough.
Holy
No
shit, that's
way.
a Ryan Moore level excuse.
No way. He's
Yes.
skipping the players to get married.
I guess so.
Where the hell is he getting married?
I don't know. I would have got married there.
I mean, he's getting married on the Saturday, so at least play the
he
first
could
2
still-
rounds.
Yeah,
See where you
Make the
see
cut, you
where you're
postpone
at.
the wedding.
Exactly. See where you're at. You're gonna have the money to pay for all the late cancellations.
That's
if
right.
you make the cut.
Not even that. If you make the cut, still go get married. Just fly, book a private jet, fly to your wedding, fly back
Yeah.
for Sunday's round. You're in the fucking PGA Tour. If you make the cut, you will be able to pay for said private plane to your wedding. You just tell everyone, yeah, you know what? Instead of 2:00, the wedding's at 6 p.m.
Sorry.
Let's
Go to the wedding, and then you fly home for your tea time the next morning.
let's point out that
It's a private flight.
ever since Ryan Moore made that blunder, his career has been terrible.
Yep.
So
Well, ever
let's
since
hope
he
Ben
ducked
Taylor.
us.
Let's
Yep.
hope Ben
Dodged the
Taylor
pod.
He dodged the
doesn't
pod.
do a similar fate here. But yeah,
And that's it. So big week this week. I'm
Right.
excited to watch.
Who's got
usual-
What are the order of picks for?
Canute, me, Matty B, Brono.
The 6 Canadians on
Yeah.
tour are playing, obviously. So Connors, Hadwin, Hughes, Pendrith, Svensson, and Taylor.
Sorry, what was it? Me?
Me, you, me, Matty, Brono.
Yeah, I was 4th in both events.
Tough.
All right,
Okay.
you
Tough,
picking
tough,
or
tough.
clicking?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Oh,
pick.
No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, we've
do
already
it.
talked about this guy
Don't
a
do
whole
it.
ton.
Don't do it.
Who's winning? You're winning, right? 10. I'm going to give you Cageley.
I don't mind
That's
it.
funny.
There's always a couple random
I'm gonna give Canute
Asians up there.
Russell Henley.
I was hoping you're giving me Zepp.
Why would anybody
Perfect.
give you
Wow,
7?
this couldn't have worked out better for me. I'm taking Ricky Fowler.
Oh, fuck. I was going to take him
I
first.
know.
Absolutely.
I thought he was going first or second.
Yeah, absolutely. The pickings are slim, boys.
Bronze.
Outside the top 50, the pickings are slim.
Yeah, that makes it tough. Makes it even better if you win this one.
I'm going to go Knoop's boy, Brendan Steele.
Okay,
He's
good.
made the cuts the last 2 years here.
My boy?
You picked him a lot.
Really? I'm going to go with a guy I should have picked last week when I was debating against Davis Riley.
Shoot.
First timer or second
For me picking him,
for him playing in this event?
I believe second. He fared pretty well here last year. So,
Who gave who?
oh yeah,
Seriously?
I gave
Bronell,
Bronell
I
KHD,
gave Canute.
and he gave me Henley.
Nice. Can't wait to give you an option here, Harv.
Oh, even better.
Oh, not if I give him an option first.
Well, who's got to pick for me?
Then he would have to pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bronell would have to pick for you.
Yeah.
I'm up next.
Give me the option.
I am going to take... It is slim pickings. You're not wrong. I'm going to take... I don't know why. I have no idea why I'm picking this guy. Justin Suh.
Nice.
No idea
Okay.
why. Stood out on the page when I was looking today.
Oh, I'm torn between Webb Simpson and Taylor Montgomery, and Montgomery's been garbage lately.
He played pretty well last week.
Last week?
Yep.
It was garbage before that?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if that's a trick or not.
I swear to you.
Might be.
It might be. I'm gonna go.
Holy.
Oh yeah, this is hard.
Click.
Yeah, I don't do clicks. I'm gonna change. I'm going Gary Woodland. I'm back to the well.
Back to the well.
So I have to give Matty the guy my pick, right? His pick? Because otherwise it completes the circle.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll just wait then. I'll take Putnam. I don't know why. It's a lot of I don't know whys right now.
Canute, last pick.
Oh man, I hate this as well. Upside or some old balls that's played this before. And
One of these weeks we should just pick whatever guys we want just for fun.
maybe a major week. Maybe Masters.
Well, majors we get
Masters
two.
we should.
We get two in the
Because
top 50, so we get
it's-
to pick one,
yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going Webb Simpson.
Hey, I just said him out loud.
I think.
That's a Knoop level break if he
think.
takes Webb after I said I was going to
yeah,
take
I'll
Webb.
take him. Yeah.
Whatever. I'm going to go hot hand Nico Echeverria.
Nice.
Not in, eh?
I'm playing defense here.
Oh, you're giving Harv who?
Kisner, so I don't have to have him because I knew you were going to give him to me. That's defense play. Sorry, Harv.
Thought you give me an option.
I had written down.
Well, I can because I don't know. If I give you the option and you don't pick Kisner, then I get Kisner.
I had written down give Wise to Knoop because he's been terrible. Aaron Wise is awful.
Give me Sam Burns.
So-
He's also been bad.
I'll give you the option.
Don't.
Oh,
say,
love
no,
it.
not Sam Burns.
And
Do
Kitayama.
not-
No, I'm not giving him Sam
good.
Burns. No,
Yeah,
your
Kitayama.
options are Aaron Wise or Alex Noren. So
I'd take Norton all day in that position.
Let me figure it out here. Let's see what Vegas says.
You want me to tell you?
Well, I'm looking at it.
Wise is 140. And
Noren's 170.
yeah,
Pretty good odds. 200 just won last week.
if it
If
happens 2
Bulls
weeks in a
take-
row, what if?
It ain't happening. Nobody under nobody
taking-
over 40 to 1 is
I'm
winning this
taking Noren.
Noren's got the better chance out of those two.
Worse odds,
Don't clip
better
that.
chance.
Do not clip that when it comes out to backfire.
All right, best bets, boys. What do you got?
So weather this week is supposed to get fairly blustery. I can't fucking wait. I can't freaking wait
I
to watch
knew it.
17.
That's
I
like
was
five.
actually I was thinking about this. If we don't swear, since we're on YouTube now, if we don't swear, we can actually say it's made for kids.
Oh yeah, well, I don't want
What
any
kid would
I
watch
don't want
this show?
any kids watching this whatsoever.
Well, they'd fall. It's something you can fall asleep
I don't know.
to.
You see, I don't know. My kids put on like that YouTube Kids, and like some of the stuff that's on there is
Yeah,
just
it's
the dumbest. Like it's
Oh, it's
not.
bad.
It's not bad. Like it's not
It's
bad.
just, why are you
content.
watching
Yes,
this?
it's
Yeah.
what.
My
what are
kids
you
just
doing?
love pointing out when we swear, though. Me and my wife now. They're just all over us. Like I said, half-assed the other day, and they're like, "Oh, ass."
Yeah, like my son is just a swear word Nazi. So you drop a little swear, he's like, we don't say that word. Like, we don't say fuck. Oh, well, you just said it. You're going to your room, man.
Didn't he call you a fucker once? Or
Yeah,
something?
he looked me right in the face. Said fuck you to me. Or fuck off.
Well, there's enough F-bombs to clearly say this isn't made
Yeah,
for
but
kids.
again, a little E on the bottom corner.
Who cares about swears?
Yeah, they're just words.
It's actually we've gotten further down that road now.
Yeah,
It's like who cares? Yeah, who cares about swears?
Yeah. The only swear word is the C word. Everyone knows.
normalize the C word.
Best bet.
I had rest of the world winner for plus 500.
Outside U.S.?
Outside U.S., outside Europe.
I absolutely love. That's a lock. Lock
Europe?
that bet.
A lock.
Europe is included.
Oh, Europe is in there. Ooh.
Yeah, that's why it's
So we got
You got Asia and South
yeah.
America.
Asian,
and
South America,
Africa.
Australia, South Africa.
What's from Australia, though? Now, Scott?
Minwoo Lee,
Well, and Jason Day. He's
Yeah.
playing well.
Jason Day, Nico Echeverria. Who
That's-
knows what happened?
I just said what's outside, what's in Australia, and Jason Day is my best bet this week. top 5 for 7.50. You know
No
what
chance.
odds I'm using. So
yeah,
650?
I know,
yeah,
that's your best bet. Jason Day top 5.
yeah, 750, 650.
It's plus 650. Yep.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I like these top 5s. I got top 8.
I like go looking at the top
Struggling.
40s in those because, like,
you go deep and you pick a top 40.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, like if you even think about some of the top 50 guys, right? KH Lee, top 50 for him would probably be
I got-
10 to 1,
So my
No,
it ain't that high.
No,
8 to 1.
They're like
230 to 1 to win.
Four
I
to
know
one.
it'd be 400. I bet
Plus
400.
you're looking for
Okay.
who? KH Lee.
top.
Top 40.
Oh, top 40. Well, he's 200 to 1. So what's that? 5 to 1. Top 40.
Yeah, 4
Yeah,
to
I
1.
guess,
5
yeah.
to 1.
Yeah.
Mine was Tom Kim top 8 at 4 and a.
He's
4
been
and a
quiet
quarter.
though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Has he even been playing?
That's the thing.
He
I
has.
bet you he's good.
He has.
I'm betting. I'm
Sung
already.
J Im's in the power rankings.
I got a
and
weird
high.
Sung J M feeling this week,
He's
boys.
high in the power rankings, like 8th or something like that.
His history here isn't great, but I got a weird feeling.
Tom Kim,
No, before that, with top 40.
KH Lee.
KH Lee, 200 to 1. So
I'm just trying to look it up right now.
top
Are
5.
you, do you have a bet or no?
Oh, 3 to 1. Pass.
What's 3 to 1?
Top 40 for KH Lee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, out.
Pass
I
for
was
sure.
way off.
Do you have a bet or no?
Not right now.
Just go
What do you
yes.
mean?
Just go yes Albatross for plus 1400.
What do you mean not right now? We need to pick one.
I know.
What do you mean not now?
I can't.
Not right
so
now.
last week in the group chat, you said, "Nice best bet this week. Who picked that? It's a lock."
Yeah.
2 top 20s.
Why would you do that? Why on earth would anyone ever do that?
Because jinxes aren't real, and who cares?
They are though.
I don't think
They're
jinxes are
not.
real.
Jinxes aren't real?
No.
This
No.
is
Oh man, you guys.
Not even
There's
close.
nothing more real than a jinx.
nothing more.
Name something more real than a jinx. Name one thing.
You guys are something else.
I can't think of one.
There isn't.
I know.
Oh,
They're-
fuck. You guys.
What
are
make
good.
up the entire universe?
Exactly. It's the only way to battle the script.
Hey, I just made one on the fly. This is our best bet. Jordan Spieth and Jason Day top 20 parlay for plus 550.
What's with you and Spieth this week? You wanted to pick him in our major school pick. He stinks here. Reeks.
Jordan Spieth, there's something about him this week. Clip that.
I'll bet you Im finishes higher than Spieth this week for
That's a booze bet.
however many beers you want on the pod next week.
Im and Day top 20 parlay for plus 587.
I like that.
May I?
Okay.
Yeah. Did you just make one on the fly?
Colin Morikawa miscut
Whoa.
plus 340
Why?
Missed the cut
because
this
he
week.
sucks right now.
Oh, there's another clip. You can't say these things on this
He
show.
Not with the-
absolutely
Not with
sucks
the
right now.
P.I. Bronell scouring the tapes.
Oh yeah.
He stinks.
I listened
Oh,
to every
my.
pod back at 1.5 times, and then I listened to it again at 1 times, and then I listened to it again at half times.
He ain't missing nothing.
I ain't missing nothing. Oh, I kind of want to sprinkle.
Well, we got to
in.
make a bet here, boys. We got to finish this.
I
off.
think it's got to be Day and M top 20s.
That's what I like. Or you can pick any 2 guys you want that are going to be
I would
good.
go-
Hey,
Anybody
here's the
that's
thing.
Spieth.
What a KH Lee and Colin Morikawa miscut.
Cage. That's
Parlay.
Just a little ad.
Here's the
Add a
thing.
little
I
bit
will
of
give
juice.
you
I feel
guys
you
a
can.
parlay this week, but if it doesn't hit, I'm never agreeing to one ever again.
That's fair. You can't. How about Brian Harmon
mean, You said
and Brian Harmon, Colin Morikawa miscut? We're probably looking at
487. No,
something?
487. Just looked at. I just made it.
that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going,
Harmon's plus or minus money to miss the cut this week.
Well, he's 2.0, so
he's
plus
awful.
100.
So back to your Morikawa comment. His last 4 tournaments,
To miss.
he was cut at the Arnold Palmer.
Yep.
Yeah.
He finished T6 at the Genesis. He was cut at Phoenix, and he finished 3rd at the Farmers.
And how
Bad, good, bad, good.
And it's due for a good.
Yeah. 580.
I'm out on him.
He was
580.
2nd at the Century. He was 6th at the Hero. He was 15th at Mayakoba. 29th.
I'm out. I'm out on
He was
him.
1st at the President's Cup. Okay, so
Okay. Guys, it's M and Day top 20 plus 587.
love it.
I'm for it, but again, if it don't hit, I'm out on parlays for the rest of the year.
I don't hate
Back
it
to
at all,
one Sep
actually.
Straka, top 10 or top 20.
What's Sepp looking at this week?
You want separate?
170 to 1.
Okay, wrap
That's
it
what
up
he
so we
was.
can play Brothers Osborne.
You guys got anything else?
No, I can't wait to watch
I'm
this
excited
week.
for the players.
Yep.
Like really excited.
Lots of fun.
It's always going to be some
we didn't
randoms
even-
up there.
We didn't even talk. Cam Smith said he's probably going to watch this week
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
because he lives right
Yeah.
there.
He should go watch
Yep.
How sweet would that be?
just to see him in
You're
the
just
crowd.
walking
and he
in the
just
crowd.
boozes.
They gonna
Cam
let him
Smith is
in?
Just boozing.
Well, you have to
They're
let him in
gonna-
if he buys a ticket.
Yeah.
Buys the ticket.
Well, he's gonna have to buy a ticket.
I know.
He has friends on tour. I'm sure he'd get
He's
a free
gonna
ticket.
have to buy a ticket.
I don't know. I bet you they don't let him give him a free ticket. He shows
They
up
might
with a
get him
free
in.
ticket. They don't let him in.
I don't know.
You don't think that tit Monahan's gonna be all over that?
Wow, double tit this week, Carve.
Oh,
Nothing
tits.
describes him better.
so Golden Boy's out apparently as well. So we won't see him hitting any golf shots this week.
Golden boy.
Yeah.
Just for personal note here, I did add Rom top 20 to this parlay for my own personal bet to get to 991.
No, Rom, no. Because it wouldn't surprise me if he misses the cut this week.
Jesus, man.
Let's just keep this pod going all night, and he could just have
Go through the whole
Another
field.
100.
Yeah, what do you want to go through the whole field and he goes
Who's
miss
gonna
or make?
I'll let you know.
Mr. Mick, the whole field. Well, that was fun. You guys,
All right.
you guys got anything else?
no.
All right, it's time for us to hit the clubhouse.